My name is Gray William Jack Raphael. I hail from Hastings, Hawke's Bay, and I've been involved in various forms of community education since the age of 17.
Good way. Well done, thank you. So my first question is, can you tell me briefly about a key moment in your faith disability journey? A key moment.
I guess when I first started my faith journey, I was about 18 years old, and I was fairly blessed in the sense that I dealt with churches who had a fairly balanced and healthy view of what I was being in a wheelchair, and I still have it now. So I'm trying to think of one. Actually, I just might add that I'm really happy that I came to terms with my cerebral palsy before I became a born-again Christian, because I think the church can be a very intense environment to come to peace with yourself if you are diverse. But I had one. I have one. I had one experience where I was going to church with this guy, and he picked me up in his car, and the first thing he said to me was, complete stranger to me basically, looked me in the eye and said, "You know, God can heal you," and I went, "Oh no, don't say that." So that killed any sort of interesting conversation you can have with somebody like that when they put that in as the first comment on you.
Can you tell me why you reacted that way to that comment?
Because it was just a narrow way of seeing somebody. It wasn't, "Hey, what music do you like? What do you like to eat? What books do you read? Tell me about why you follow Jesus Christ as your saviour." It was, "I'm seeing you as something that needs repairing."
Right.
That was the problem.
Yeah. Good way.
Yeah.
Thanks, great.
Uh-huh.
So the next question is, what's a key message that you would want to convey to the church about disability?
Okay. I would. Sorry, it's funny. Well, the first thing is my message would probably be to us more than the church, in terms of I would, like I said before off camera, let people ask you questions that you find offensive because they don't know how to articulate what they want to ask you. Be prepared to be uncomfortable, and I also would say, think seriously about the weight of the word disability, and does it need to be used in the way it's being used now?
Right.
Because I don't think it should exist, but that's my own opinion.
Okay, no, that's good. Because you mentioned that in your presentation yesterday. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Well, I think the word disability derives from the fact that in society we have this, I think I said this to you yesterday probably too, we have this line of arbitrary normality. What normal is, what healthy is, what functional is. I don't fit that line because I'm in a wheelchair because of cerebral palsy. That, to me, is the only reason the word disability exists in society. But if you want me to talk about having cerebral palsy, I can do that until as much as you want, because that's my lived experience. But I don't see myself as disabled at all.
Yes, yeah.
It's society that says I am.
Society sees that.
Yeah.
Kapai, thank you. The next one is, what is your theological perspective on disability?
Ooh. I would lean more towards what Jesus appears to be like in the Gospels, where Jesus wasn't, when he goes to somebody who needs healing, he saw them as a whole human first. He saw them as a functioning, valuable member of society. So I think that's what we need to get to. And also, some of the language around healing can be kind of dangerous for somebody if they're young with their situation, or if they acquire their situation through an accident or illness and they have to go to church on Sunday and somebody says, "Oh, you're like this because you've sinned," or "you were punished because you drank too much alcohol," or just ridiculous things. I mean, I've got stories I could tell you from other people about things like that. So, it's a difficult line to travel.
Yes, yeah, kapai, thank you. So the difficult lines you've travelled, because you spoke to me, I think, yesterday around some of the challenges of just being here also, and also getting here.
You mean like, are you referring to the inaccessible public? Yes. Okay, the inaccessible public, accessible toilet that we, okay. And this takes me back to why I consider disability a societal construct, because there's a toilet in this where we are now in this hotel that is meant to be wheelchair accessible, and the basin is in the way of the turning rail, so I had to lean on the basin to get back to my chair, and it was, like I said to you, it was a cardiac workout. And it was actually quite scary. I thought there were a couple of times I was going to fall over. So that's what I mean when I say that society creates the concept of disability.
And creates obstacles.
Yeah, that disable you. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to share today? This morning?
I just really appreciate all the strength and courage being expressed. I hope that some of these ideas and passion for these topics can translate to something, so that we can create a more understanding society where people in my position are perhaps a little more tolerant of a society that doesn't know what it doesn't know, and that you give them the freedom to ask those questions, and so their thinking can move beyond Gray's in a wheelchair. Isn't that inspirational?
There's something else I wanted to add on to that. You were saying to me before that you sense there's a lot of anger
Yep.
in the audience, which is the opposite of what you're saying, as being more tolerant of people's awkwardness or
Yes.
yeah.
I think some of the anger that you get at events like this is quite justified, but then I think people in our position need to be careful not to sit on a throne and judge people for every little misstep they make. It's a difficult thing, because I haven't lived through a lot of what these people have lived through, so I can't understand why they're angry or frustrated. But then I have my own things that make me upset.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
So it's that. So I guess it's finding that place, to be justifiably enraged by something, and then going, oh, that was the genuine mistake that person made. That's okay.
Yeah. Ka pai. Kia ora. Thank you, Gray.